When I started in law, I set up shop. I never drew a salary. I never had a boss. I never had a mentor either, which meant that I had better work and not miss anything, so that I spent a lot of time in the office, a lot of nights, a lot of weekends. So by 1968, I decided that this is what I was going to do. With Paul, I met Paul early 60s. You know, he was on the other side. I mean, and he saw things differently. And he did his job, you know, whatever he might say about serious injuries. And the fact is, he did his job and he did it well.
And so Ange and I talked after we tried a case, and he told me that he would looking to have somebody else come in and join him and help him with his workload. I thought long and hard because I was with an established defense firm, but I thought, why not? I'll be much happier. And indeed, I've been much happier representing people who need serious lawyers for their serious injury.
I like them as people. I mean, which doesn't mean, which sounds like a slight to lawyers in some way, but I mean, I trust them. You know, and that's probably about the highest you can say, really.
The most rewarding part of working at Faraci Lange, in addition to working with a great team of people, is working with that great team of people to get a really good result for our client.
When we are able to be successful at the end of a case for somebody whose life has been devastated, and make them more financially comfortable so that they can get through the world in the situation they're in. And to me, that's the most rewarding thing.
One of the reasons I continue to work at Faraci Lange is that I absolutely love the people that I work with. When I came here in 2007, what I discovered was a compassionate group of people who truly cared about their clients.
But for me, competence wasn't the only metric, because I just had a certain feeling. With me, the law was a profession, not a business. If we took care of our clients, that would take care of us. We'd earn our daily bread, we'd do fine.
All of the partners and all of the associates in our firm are in tune with the idea that the clients and the client's interest comes first.
And that means we treat them like family. And beyond that, when we get a recovery for them, when we get money for them, we work with them to use that money in the way that will most effectively help them cope with their injuries and get back to leading meaningful and productive lives, and to do it with dignity.
And it's not about making the money, it's about doing the best that we can for the client.
Ange and Paul have just been remarkable people, and in my experience, they've been able to attract others with that same ethic.
The ethics and the honesty start from the top, and Ange has always been 100% in that area, and it goes down to all of the rest of the people, and they're all very hardworking, they're all honest, and they're all highly ethical.
I have been so impressed and honored to work with some of the people that have worked at Faraci Lange for, well, 50 years.
I have a absolutely wonderful group of colleagues, from the person who's at the reception desk to our paralegals, our legal assistants, our nurses, all of the attorneys. I have wonderful partners.
They were just amazing. They not so much to say everything's going to be all right, but they just knew what road to take to make it in that direction. I got to go through that thing that was really hard, but I got to go through it with them, and that made it easier.
The very first time I set foot in the Faraci Lange office, and I arrived at the office and walked through the door to find a waiting room of orange shag carpeting and Naugahyde furniture, literally like fake leather and plastic. And by the end of that day, I was convinced that these were the smartest and the best lawyers I'd ever met.
I have had some conversations with Ange where you're just having a conversation in passing, and it occurs to you a day or two later that you got some of the best advice that you have gotten in your career.
At times I joke that I could follow Mr. Faraci around and just take notes all day long, and I could do it for 20 years, and I still wouldn't know nearly what he knows about how to best serve clients.
I mean, 50 years is certainly an impressive benchmark, you know, of that kind of stuff. But you think about the amount of people's lives who they've changed in that time. I mean, that's amazing. The outcomes of what they do it's important. They can change people's lives, you know. They're great. They're amazing, and I just feel more strongly about it the more I've gotten to know them.
At Faraci Lange, what we've done is we've built an excellent and credible law practice in upstate New York, and I think the future of our firm is that we're going to continue to grow.
I think the firm's been really successful for 50 years now, and I think we've got another 50 years of success in us. And I think that's because of the people that are at Faraci Lange.
Well, I think in general the firm's future is going to be bright because it's been so strong for so many years and it's got so many good quality assets in it.
Well, I think the future holds for the firm what the past has been. Continue to care about people, continue to practice your profession in the highest standards, and there'll always be room in the legal profession for people who practice on a high ethical, honest, and caring standard, and I think that will be the future of the firm.
The firm has had continued success over the past 50 years because of its client-centric focus.
I felt like they cared a lot, not only about me, but my son, of course. You know, they respected me, who I was, my kids, you know, it was, I always felt comfortable.
I think when you go home at night after representing people who have been seriously hurt and who need your skills to get some fairness and justice in their lives and to get back in terms of a reasonable lifestyle, sitting there and thinking that you've represented them well and you've helped people is probably the proudest moments.
My biggest accomplishment, I would say, is the surrounding myself with the wonderful partners, associates, and staff that have the same outlook on life and values that I do. And, you know, I come to work, I love it every day because of the people that I'm associated with. I'm forever grateful for it.